Hello guys, I'm Nintendo, and today I bring to you the top 5 lies told about No Man's Sky. Number 5. Scripted E3 Planet. Right off the bat, we're starting with one of the very first lies told about the game. When No Man's Sky was shown at E3 back in 2015, Sean Murray was quoted as saying, "I'm just going to pick one of these at random." When in reality, once the game was launched on PC, data miners found that all the assets had been pre-arranged beforehand, which completely defeats the purpose of procedurally generated worlds as Sean Murray so valiantly claimed. What's strange about what these data miners found is that the logo for Half-Life 2 was found in the files of the game for some reason. No one really knows why. Perhaps Hello Games thought including a symbol of something good would rub off on their game. Too bad it can't rub off on this next lie. Number 4. Playing as a traitor. Now this one had me a bit excited. The thought of being able to essentially sleaze my way through the game by buying and selling goods for a profit across the galaxy in some sort of pacifist way seemed cool. However, the trade aspect is shallow at best. It is impossible to play through the entire game only from space, which Sean said was possible. There are resources that you need to find on planets in order to progress to the next star system. And while yes, you can trade for some of these resources at space stations, no single space station is going to have every item you need for a warp cell. Speaking of which, warping into our number 3 spot is... Number 3, Large-Scale Wars. During E3, we saw some huge space battles taking place between two warring factions. Looking like a battle straight out of Star Wars, players were understandably excited for this feature. When the game released, however, they looked more like this. From time to time, they'll be attacked by a small group of enemy ships, or receive a distress signal from a large ship being attacked by a similarly small group of space pirates. With no large factions warring it out over this neck of the galaxy, space battles in No Man's Sky feel clunky and uninspired. Number 2. Planets being nothing like promised. Something I remember being super hyped for was finding amazing creatures like the ones we saw in the E3 trailer and other promotional material. Huge dinosaurs, large lush forest worlds, and not to mention those gigantic sandworm snake things that look so cool! I can't even begin to tell you how long I spent searching for desert planets in hopes of finding those giant sandworm creatures, only to find flying spaghetti monsters and glitched fish. And for a game claiming to have over 18 quintillion planets, is that even a real fucking number? After visiting about 100 planets or so, I start to notice strikingly similar features to about 10 other planets. Worlds that have large box-like structures I've seen a handful of times. Green toxic worlds, red fire planets, giant tube rock structures, ice planets, you name it. Now while these planets might have minor differences, the core assets are too similar to even tell if it's a new planet. It's gotten to the point where I'll fly into a planet's atmosphere and fly right back out if it looks the same. And that's been happening more and more as you play the game. And now it's time for the biggest No Man's lie. Number 1. Multiplayer. Everyone knew this one was coming, and it's no surprise that multiplayer would reach the number 1 spot on this list. Being promised from the very beginning up until launch that this game would incorporate multiplayer, everyone was excited to roam the galaxy with their friends. But once the game had launched, players were outraged to find out that basically everything Sean Murray and Hello Games claimed about multiplayer was a flat-out lie. On the first day, despite the astronomical chances of ever finding another player, 2 players found each other and streamed the event. Or so they thought. They had found the same planet and had even found the same exact spot where the other was standing. Twitch and Twitter went insane after seeing this, calling out Sean Murray and Hello Games for lying. Now, I'd be the liar if I didn't mention that people were still optimistic that the 2 players could actually still meet, and that these issues could possibly be server-based. Which is a possibility given the issues the servers had from the massive amount of traffic on launch day. With reviews for No Man's Sky on Metacritic dipping as low as 64, with a user score of 3.0, there's no telling where the future of Hello Games lies. Get it? Lies? There is hope for those players still enjoying the game, however, because in a tweet from Sean, he states that they're working on, quote, improvising and adding features to the game.
Like how to tell the truth?
Or maybe even possibly multiplayer, who knows? This has been the top 5 lies told about No Man's Sky by its developers. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for future content. Trust me, it's worth it. I don't lie like Sean Murray. Or do I? Who knows?